Hello guys, so we are going to continue the discussion with respect to Python, and in this video we are going to discuss about standard library overview. Now Python has a lot of libraries and packages which is completely open source, and you can definitely use them while you're coding your projects or developing something, right? So in this video I'll be showing you some set of libraries. Obviously it is not possible to cover all the libraries because they are more than 300k plus libraries, I guess. So it is very much difficult to cover each and everything, but just to give you an idea how to use some of the libraries, I'll be talking about them. So first of all, I'm going to show you about array. So array is one important library which will actually help you to create array itself, right? So here, if I go ahead and define my array variable, and if I just go ahead and write array.array, right? And here in this particular array.array, we have to give two parameters, okay? One is the temporary variable. Let's say I'm giving I, and then if I give 1, 2, 3, 4. So here you'll be able to see type code. I basically means integer, type code, and your initializer, right? So with respect to that, it returns a new array whose items are restricted by type code. Okay. So here it is basically going to print an array with these integers. Okay. So you can see over here that I'm able to get this particular answer, right? So this is one. I've already spoken about math. So let me just go ahead and again show you with respect to math. So here I'm going to use math.sqrt, one common function that you have over here. So if I go ahead and want to find out the square root of any number, I will be able to find it out. Then let me just go ahead and print, okay, math.py, and here you'll be able to see that I'll be able to get an answer. Okay, perfect. Now let me just talk about one more inbuilt library that we have, which is called as random, and this is most commonly we use it. Okay, so all we have to do is that go ahead and just do import random. Okay, and then we will go ahead and print. Over here, random, we specifically use two important inbuilt function. So let's see which all inbuilt function is there, which is called as randint. Okay, randint basically means it provides any random integer based on the value that we give over here. Like, let's say if I give 1, 10, so it is going to give a random integer between 1 to 10, only one single number it is going to give you, right? It will be between 1 to 10. It will just pick up randomly and it will be giving you a number, right? And in one more function that we specifically use in random, which is called as random.choice. Let's say if I have multiple choice over here, and from that I want to select any choice in the case of string or anything as such, in the case of collection, then I will be able to use this. So let's say apple is there, banana is there, and over here you'll be able to see that cherry is there. Okay, so if I go ahead and execute it, so here you'll be able to see that, okay, rand int, I'm able to get one value, and the value will be between 1 to 10. Okay, random choice is nothing but from the collection what choice it is basically picking up. Okay, so if I again execute it, this may change. Okay, if I again execute it, this may change, right? It may not be all the time same, so it is randomly picking up these particular values. Now we are going to talk about one very common library that we use, that is called as OS, right? So that is used for file and directory access. Okay, directory access. We'll be talking about file handling and more operation. There also we'll be using this. So let me just go ahead and import it. So this is called as import OS. And let's say I want to go ahead and print in which current working directory I'm working in my project. So I can use os.getcwd, get current working directory. Okay, and if I go ahead and execute it, here you can see that I am in this particular folder location. That is my Udemy Final Python, and this is my 5th module, right? So I'm inside my 5th module, and automatically I'll be able to see that which working location I'm there. Let's say in this particular working location, I want to probably go ahead and create a folder. So I will go ahead and write os.make directory, right? So they are make directory, make directories, different function is there. Let's say I want to go ahead and write test dir. So this will be the directory name. As soon as I execute it, now you'll be able to see that I will be having a folder which will be of text directory. Okay, now one assignment that I really want to give, go ahead and find out the function that is used to create any file. Okay, so that you can actually go ahead and do it. Okay, now let's say I want to do some high level operations on files, right? High level operations on files and collection of files. Okay, let's say for that I will be using this import shut util, okay, il, And this function, let's say that I want to create util over here, and let's say that I have one source.txt file. Okay, so here let's say I have one source.txt file, and let's say here I go ahead and write hello, how are you? I'm good, I am fine, welcome to the course. Okay, something like this. Now inside this standard library, by using this, let's say I will go ahead and do one operation which is called as copy file. Okay, I will copy this file, that is nothing but source.txt. Please make sure that you are in the same working location. And then let's say I will go ahead and create my another file which is called as destination.txt. Now let's see whether we'll get an error saying that whether there is a file or not. So here you can see destination.txt is there. Did I get it? Yes. This is my destination.txt. This is my source.txt. Automatically the copy from source.txt happened in the destination.txt. Okay. So this is another important operation that we specifically use in this. Okay. So let me just close this. I think many files has got opened. Okay. But I hope you are able to understand it, what we are trying to talk about. Okay. Now the next thing is that let's talk about one very important or common thing that we will be doing. It is nothing but data serialization, like converting a dictionary into a JSON, right? Or converting any data frame. Data frame, what it is, we'll discuss more about it. Let's say that we want to convert that into a JSON. JSON is very much important because whenever we create an APIs, let's say whenever we are retrieving any data from the database, specifically NoSQL database, the return type of the data or the response, or we are interacting with any API, the response will be in the form of API itself, right? The response will be in the form of JSON, right? So in order to work with JSON, so we usually import this JSON library. And let's say that I am creating one data. Okay, let's say the name is Krish. Okay, and here what we are going to do is that we are going to basically write the age will be equal to 25, right? So right now this is just my dictionary. Now if I want to convert this dictionary into JSON, so I will use this JSON.dumps. Okay, and when I write JSON.dump on this particular data, I will be getting JSON in the form of string. Okay, which is basically required. Okay, now let me just go ahead and print this. Okay, so I will go ahead and print JSON_str. Okay, now once we print it, and let me just go ahead and print the type of this also so that you will not get any confusion. So type of JSON_str. Okay, now let's say I want to convert this back into this kind of dictionary again, right? So for that, one operation that I used is JSON dump. One operation will be JSON.load, right? So whatever JSON, let's say when I'm interacting with an API, I get some kind of JSON in response. That will be always in the string format, which I've actually converted. Now, if I want to convert this back into a dictionary and probably do any kind of operation over here, so I can actually go ahead and use JSON.load operation. And here I will give my JSON string. And now this will basically be my parsed data is equal to this one, right? And now what I am actually going to do after this is that I will go ahead and print my parsed data. And I will also go ahead and see the type of it. So I'm going to see print type of parsed_data. So if I go ahead and execute it, here you can see initially this was it got converted into a string. So the class is string. Then again, we converted back into a dictionary, right? So JSON, whenever we get in the form of API from an API, it will be in this particular string format. We can just load that particular information and convert that into a dictionary and perform data serialization. Okay. So this is one very good example of probably writing each and everything over here. And this is what is all about data serialization, and we'll be using this a lot as we go ahead. Okay. Now let me just go ahead and talk about one more standard library, which is called as CSV. Okay. Whenever you need to work with a CSV file, right? And there are a lot of files which we'll be learning, and we'll be using pandas and all. There we'll be learning more different kind of file operations and all. Okay. So I'll go ahead and just import CSV, and now with open, right? With open, and here I'm going to specifically use, let's say I will create an example.csv file. Okay. And then let me just go ahead and write the mode, right? So open has, first of all, you need to give the file name, then what mode you really want to open it. Let's say I want to open this in write mode. So I will go ahead and write W. There is also something called as W plus mode. So W plus is nothing but a write append mode. Okay. And here I will go ahead and say, hey, use the new line as this. Okay. So it should be as this, and I will open this as a file object. Okay. Now by using this CSV dot, I will go ahead and write inside this particular file. So there is a writer function, right? We will write inside this file, and this will basically be my writer. Now I can go ahead and take any data and write each and every row. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to basically write writer dot write row. Okay. And let me just go ahead and give the row. So first row will be my column names, name, comma, age. I have to give this in the form of list or collection. Then I will go ahead and write writer dot write row, and I will start writing my second row. And now I will start with my data. So let's say Krish, and here I will be able to put 32, or I'll go ahead and put integer, right? Now this, in short, what it is going to do is that it is going to create an example.csv file. Okay. And there it is going to insert two records. One is with the column name, comma, age, and the next one is with respect to the data. Okay. Now what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to write with open. Okay. And here I'm going to specifically write example.csv, because once I create this particular CSV file, it is in the write mode, right? I'll create the CSV file. Now we'll try to read it. Okay. Now I'll change the mode to R. Okay. And now what I will do, I will basically read the entire file, the CSV file. So I'll create a reader is equal to CSV dot reader function is there, and I will give the file name. Okay. Whatever file is over here. Then since I will be having multiple rows, so I will go ahead and write for row in row reader, and we will just go ahead and print the rows. So what we have actually done, we have created a CSV file, we have written two records, and then now we are opening the same CSV file and we are reading the data, right? So let's go ahead and execute it. So here you can see, let's see first of all whether the CSV file is created or not. See, example.csv is created, and here is my two records. You can also open this with the Excel file. Okay. And now I'm reading this and I'm also displaying it over here. So perfect. This is one very important function that we can actually use. Okay. So you can actually go ahead with seeing this. Okay. Now one more function that one more standard library that we specifically use is date time. Okay. Now with respect to date time, you can go ahead and import something like this from date time import. So date time is again a module. So I'll be importing from date time, import date time. Along with that, I can also import one more function which is called as time delta. Okay. Time delta. Now, if I want the current time, so I can go ahead and write date time dot now. Okay. So date time dot now will specifically give you the current time or current date. Okay. Then let's go ahead and print now. Okay. Let's go ahead and print now. And then let's say I want to probably, currently what is the time and yesterday, one day back, right? So I can actually use time delta. So let's say yesterday, I will go ahead and write is equal to now minus time delta. Let's say that I want to go ahead and calculate a difference. And here I'm going to use one parameter, days is equal to 1. I'm saying that, hey, go one day back, and with respect to that, just try to calculate the entire delta itself, right? So like one day back, what will be the time and all, right? So here I'm going to just go ahead and print yesterday. So if I go ahead and execute right now, the time is 11:37. I can see the watch, it is perfectly fine. And yesterday, one day back, it was 11:37. I'm just doing currently divided by minus time delta of day is equal to 1. And yesterday time will be something like this, right? So this is also one very good thing with respect to this. Okay. Now one more standard library that we can specifically use and which is common is nothing but time. Okay. Let's say I'm writing a code. I want to make the program sleep for some couple of seconds, right? So for that I can use time. So import time, and let's say if I go ahead and print time.time. Okay. And let me just go ahead and say, hey, after this, you just sleep for 2 seconds, sleep for 2 seconds. And then again, let's go ahead and print time. Now if I go ahead and execute it, here you can see it is sleeping for 2 seconds, and then I got this specific thing, right? This is what it is more about, and you'll be able to see that, wow, we are able to do some amazing thing with respect to this. We are able to make the program sleep for some seconds also. Okay. Now, one more common libraries that we will be using is something called as regular expression. So for regular expression, there is a library again, which is called as import RE. Okay. Now, regular expression basically helps you to match a specific expression in a top of a sentence. You can do it on an entire data set and do many things. Let's say that I define a pattern. Okay. Now, with respect to this particular pattern, I'm saying, hey, use this pattern, something like this. Okay. I'll say, hey, go ahead and use this. It'll be /d plus. Okay. Let's say this is the pattern that I select, and I'm having a text. Okay. There are 123 apples. Okay. Then I will say, let's go ahead and match whether this pattern is there or not. Okay. Digit plus. Okay. Whether this pattern is there or not. So in order to do that, I will just go ahead and write re.search. And here we are going to use pattern, comma, text. Okay. So let's go ahead and print match dot group. Okay. So if I go ahead and use dot group, so here you'll be able to see the answer where this specific D plus pattern is getting matched. So here you can see that 1, 2, 3 is present, and D is basically digits, right? We are just going to see that where digits are specifically there, right? And we are going to get over here. If I go ahead and write over here another 1, 4, 5, 6. So here you'll be able to see that after getting this continuous digit match, then it will stop over there because the match is successfully done over here, right? So match is successfully done. So we don't have to check the forward one. So this is some of the things that we specifically use in regular expression. Now this can be lot more complicated. It is not, you always have to probably use this, right? It is other things also you can probably check. Okay. So I hope you were able to understand this. These were some of the standard libraries. Again, there are lot libraries that I always said. Okay. There is no limit as such. It is up to you how much you can try. You can practice, keep on practicing. And based on different scenarios, we can use this. So I hope you like this particular video, and this was it from my side. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.